Before we begin, let's look at the tools needed to muck out a straw bed. You'll need a wheelbarrow, pitchfork, yard brush and shovel. Before getting started, remove any hay nets and buckets from the stable. Using the pitchfork, you are going to begin removing all the visible droppings from the surface of the bed. To do this, push the pitchfork under the droppings, also taking some of the bedding with it. This prevents the droppings falling through the gaps in the fork. Take it to the wheelbarrow, and if the straw is clean underneath, turn the fork sideways, tipping only the droppings off the fork. Then place the clean straw back onto the bed. If the straw is dirty, obviously place it in the wheelbarrow as well. Continue doing this until all the surface droppings are removed. Ideally, the top surface of a straw bed should remain clean. However, if you find the bed is saturated all over and there is no clean straw, it generally means there is not enough bedding down for the horse. This can also occur if the horse eats their bed, and in this case another type of bedding such as shavings, hemp or wood pellets may be more suitable. Once all the droppings have been removed, you are now going to separate the wet and clean straw from the flooring of the bed. As straw is a drainage bedding, the wettest straw is usually at the bottom layer. Therefore, the quickest and easiest way to sort through it is to work in layers, starting with the top surface and working down until you find the wettest areas. All clean straw is piled into one corner or on top of the bankings, and the wet is thrown in the wheelbarrow along with any hidden droppings that you may find. In this video, the bed we are mucking out has permanent bankings, meaning that they are not mucked out daily and get dug out once a week. This is personal preference. Other alternatives are to muck them all out daily or rotate and do one banking per day. Correct banking should be at least a few inches higher than the surface of the bed and are used for warmth, preventing drafts and most importantly to encourage the horse to lie down in the middle of the stable away from the walls. This helps to prevent them getting cast, which is where their legs get stuck against a wall and they cannot get up without help. This can be extremely serious if it occurs overnight and they are trapped there for a long period of time. Once you have sorted through the clean and dirty straw, you are going to sweep the floor thoroughly with the yard brush. Again, this is personal preference, but once you have swept, if the horse is not immediately going back into the stable, you can leave the bed up for a few hours to allow the floor to dry out. If they are coming straight back in, carry on and relay the bedding back down. Using the shovel, pick up any small bits of muck and place it into the wheelbarrow. If you are not leaving the bed up, you can begin laying the bedding back down. Using the pitchfork, bring all the piled up straw from mucking out and relay it back onto the floor. Spread it out evenly across the ground and then level it out. Once the floor is laid, either build the bankings back up if you have mucked them out, or tidy them, making sure they are secure. New straw can now be laid on top to freshen the bed and keep it at the correct depth. If your horse is prone to eating straw, it may be better to put the new straw underneath and lay the older bedding on top, or mix it together within the bed. This makes it less edible, so can help discourage them from eating it. Using the pitchfork, make sure the bed is flat and all the straw is properly shaken out. Then you want to check the depth is correct by stabbing the fork into the straw. At no point should the fork hit the underfloor. If it does, simply add more bedding. Finally, neaten up the front area of the stable with the yard brush.